We shall.
Jöin lachte geist varim du ik en jorne you are who but du mochen ja boya you are who Jöin lachte jeden go fel non banoke you are who but du mochen ja boya you are who Walking in a rail, got the door called on himself. You are who, but you looking out for you. You are who, rocking like the nurse and you're gonna knock on the boga. You are who, but you looking out for you. You are who, Mission nu je kommer tog det du säger jag korssteg. You are who, but you looking out for you. You are who, ik is dat dus niet juken en ik moet toch luwen morstu. You are who, but you looking out for you. You are who, ik is dat dus niet hier wat en gaat hier ik is toch al zeg. You are who, but you looking out for you. You are who, Alla mine minste denne pinje to voice for you are who, but you looking out for you. You are who, but you looking out for you. You are who. Vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Schemodrak vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra igen vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra nös vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra kanjak vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra shani vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra alek vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra stiv vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra shimi vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra Julie vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon Göra muren vid miljon med av ingedan I hoko vid miljon med av
That was fun.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, very soothing, but at the same time, it looked like they were having such fun singing together.
Yeah, and I think that was recorded in a church in Ireland. And if you like it, yeah, check out Traditional Celtic Songs, Filiru Oro Huo and O Ko Behar Milem. Those were the songs.
Yeah.
But it's Port TG4, if you like the music.
In fact, Whimsy, I could hear you singing that. I could see you with the guitar. Well, no, but really, that's your style. And in this case, I'm not going to call it your violin. I would say your fiddle. I could see you with your fiddle playing away and singing, or with a guitar. That would so suit your style.
Well, thank you. Well, yeah. I am definitely practicing the fiddle. I practice probably about, I think 3 hours a day now, easily.
You're dedicated.
And it's just something that dedicated, and also it's it's something that you start to get that dopamine rush starts to happen.
Yes.
When you start being really, really good at it.
Oh, yeah. I understand that very well. When I'm really into a painting or a drawing or I'm writing, I definitely get dopamine hits. And that's kind of what entices people like us creative people, to keep going. It's like the brass ring we keep reaching for.
Yeah. Now, I hear you had a bit of an accident. Something was going on with your eye, but everything's okay. He's okay. But I know people wanted to know how you were doing. You've had I swear.
I've had a hell of the last 2 weeks.
The fire horse has not even gotten here. You were forewarned.
It's making its presence known. I told you last Monday I was awakened to find my bathroom and hallway flooded in an inch of water because of a water leak. My neighbor down below pounding on my door, Chuck, water's coming through my ceiling. And then I can't remember all the things that have happened. We had our show incident last Thursday where we got pulled off the air because of that cartoon. Saturday, I think I told this story. I was on the freeway in the fast lane, and I wear hard contact lenses. See, they can pop out of your eyes if they get dry or if you turn your head. So my contact lens popped out of my eye in the fast lane on the freeway, and I was basically blind and had to get off the freeway. I went straight to my optometrist for an exam to get new contacts, and she found a tear in my retina. Did I tell this last week?
No,
I can't remember.
I don't think you did, but
she found a small tear in my retina. So I just emphasize this story. Hey, look how the universe works, how our angels, our guides are always looking out for us. Had that not happened, it really grabbed my attention in the way it did in such a dramatic way, I would not have gone to the eye doctor and discovered this. So I was referred to a retina specialist. I had my appointment at 7:30 this morning. I wasn't too happy about that, but my eyes were dilated. She examined me and sorry about this. Let me turn that off. She dilated my eyes and everything, examined, confirmed I did have a small tear. And she said, well, let's just take care of it right now. And took me in another room. And this is miraculous. You can do eye surgery like this. Just took me in another room and did laser on me. It took less than 5 minutes. It was almost painless. And I said, do I have to take any precautions or anything? Do I need to be on antibiotics, eye drops? Can I live? She said, you can just go about your normal life. You're fine. So that was how I started my day today, having eye surgery. And here I am. I can't wear any contact lenses because I normally wear the glasses over the contacts. I'm really just flying free right now, but I think I can read comments.
Oh, we love it when you get to say hi to people.
Well, I'm going to do my best.
Let's go ahead. If you can, Chuck, just take a minute, just a minute. We don't want to spend all day, but we do want to take a minute to just reach out and say hi to people here in our audience. Tell us who's here. Tell us where you're coming from, what you eating, what you drinking. Are you cold? Burr, I'm wearing my scarf in honor of those of you that are getting hit by the cyclone.
Well,
man, I warned you guys in June. I saw this thing coming.
Do I dare say what it is here in Southern California? It is 72 degrees here and I am sweating. And if I was originally going to be real cute, like you, put on a scarf, and I thought, if I did that, I'll have sweat rolling off of me. It's so warm. I'm sorry to rub that in because I am from the East Coast. I am from Virginia. I lived in Richmond, where I hear they're getting hit very hard right now. I have a dear friend in North Carolina. She said the ice storms are just horrific. So please know my heart goes out to all of you.
And we will definitely include everybody that is in the storm in our prayers today. So Chuck, if you're able to do so.
Well, let's see if I can do this.
Can you say hi to everybody for me?
No lenses in my eyes, so I'm going to have to. Okay, I see Ann Coleman, 6064. Yay, I can read. Okay, Brenda Rakestraw, Joel Tilson, our wonderful floor director, and I'm sure Yari has a lot of questions prepared for us. Let's see here. Jillind, oh gosh, I can't read this. Jillind 5181. I hope I said that right. I always apologize if I mispronounce your names. Sally Joe 4267. Let me scroll past some other names here. Oh, Gigi Pardo Lord. We were just talking.
Hi, Gigi.
Hi. And I'm let's see here. My vision is coming and going here. What is that? Lunar Liz. Did I say that right? At Lunar Liz 66. I hope I said that right because that's a great name. Lunar Liz. Here we have another Gigi here. We have the Sybil 5D. Rock and Pony Lady, one of my favorite names on here. Let's see.
Well, we can continue to say hi as we go along.
Of course
I'm not going to torture your eyes any more
Thank
than I need
you.
to.
My poor
And
eyeball has been through a lot today.
Chuck's copy has not gotten here yet.
No, I don't have it yet.
That.
I did order it, but I don't have it
Oh,
yet.
you did? Okay. Yeah, remind me of that on Tuesday. Can you remind me of that? To take care of that. Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Rainbow Weather by Cat Coach is our book of the month. We've already confirmed with Cat that she will be in our studios. How exciting is that? The last week of February, I think, is when we have her in our studio. Yeah. That's when, it was a little tricky because February isn't a full month.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So,
looking forward to it. Because as you've mentioned, it's a collection of short stories, and I'm on the same page as you. I love short stories because they're nice bite-sized portions. You can take 20 minutes or so before you go to bed.
I know. I love that. I love that. This book is so good. Listen, she's going to be in our studios on the 24th, Tuesday, the 24th at 6 p.m. It is short stories from Ireland, West Cork, which let me tell you something. This is a magical part of the world. And boy, what a great place to see, and great writers. You go to Ireland and you know why some of the greatest writers that have ever lived came from Ireland.
Why do you think that is, Whimsy?
So damn beautiful.
It's just so inspiring.
And poignant and heartbreaking all at once. Is this the beauty and the heartbreak and the passion, and it's a pretty dang intense history when you look at the history of Ireland. But anyway, so Cat Coach is in our studios. Please check out that. That is our book of the month.
Well, I'm going to look forward to it. I should probably get my copy by tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our health and how one of the things we look at as naturopathic doctors is we look at the whole system. And being you're an assistant NDA, he's licensed in California. So
thanks to you, Whimsy.
Oh, thank you.
If she could teach me, she can teach anyone. You just broke it down and made it so accessible. And you said learning is supposed to be fun, and you made it
should
fun.
Be, right?
Yes, it should be.
So what I want people to focus on is this idea that the calendar is a circle and we keep rotating over and over and returning back to the same energy over and over and over again. And we're now in the time of water. And water has, sorry about this, it's got to be a cough. Water has multiple ways it can express itself. It can be a liquid. It can be a solid. It can be a vapor.
Yeah. It can boil. Be steam.
It can boil. It can be steam, a vapor. So this is why in tarot we cannot read time with water. For those of you who are readers of the tarot, and for a tip from me to you, if someone says, when is he going to call? And you're getting all this water, you have to be honest with the client and say that it's emotion based. It's you're going with the flow. It's based on when the emotions happen. But I want to direct to the fact that also on top of all of this and the seasons, every 60 years we get a fire horse, and that is associated with the Knight of Wands. It's associated with war. It's associated with Mars and the sun. And
you say with anger also?
Yeah, and we know that wood feeds fire, right?
Yes.
So what are the organs of wood?
The organs of wood.
Liver and spleen, right?
Okay,
liver and spleen. So the wood element rules liver and spleen. Wood feeds fire. So when we have congestion of wood, we often see an explosion of fire and anger. Because wood feeds
inflammation
fire.
In the body too, I'm thinking.
Right. So an example of that would be PMS. where you have congestion of the liver, the wood element. So the person is getting angry, they're getting pissed off, and then, right? So that's an example of wood feeding fire. And now when you have a 60-year cycle where the wood horse gives birth to the fire horse, wood fed fire.
Yeah.
Right? Because every 12 years you'll get a horse, but it rotates the season. So I thought it was kind of interesting because you are a metal rat.
I'm a metal rat.
1960, right?
Yeah, a metal rat in a fire horse year, and you said it's going to be quite challenging. And by every indication as it's coming in, I got to tell you, these last 2 weeks have been like, oh my God.
Yeah, so if you look at fire, you'll see that fire destroys metal. You'll see the destroys, and it's pointing directly at metal. And that's because extreme heat can melt metal.
Yes. And of course, you told me it's just essential that I be super organized. I work hard this year, be very focused, and keep up with the pace of this. And already I have felt such an intensity, the pace getting more and more and more. And this is just the start of it.
Right. And so I wanted to just say to people that metal can be weakened by heat. So this is the relationship between, by the way, the organs of fire are the heart, the small intestine, the pericardium, and the immune system. Excuse me, the immune system known as the triple heater.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it is fire attacking metal. And metal is the lungs.
Yeah.
And that is associated with the knight. The metal knight is the knight of swords. So the reason I'm saying all this is because a lot of what's physically going on right now, if you have extreme fire energy, the world will try to balance itself with water, because water destroys and cools the fire. So what we're seeing is a lot of fire. We're seeing
a lot of fires here right now.
We're seeing a lot of global warming.
Yeah.
We're seeing record-breaking, what am I trying to say? Record-breaking. Oh, my Lord.
Don't worry, we all get brain farts.
Record-breaking heat. And now we're seeing record-breaking cold. And that's that Arctic freeze, where it looks literally like a doorway, a round doorway of ice that you're going through all the way up into Nova Scotia.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I mean, it's incredible. I saw today all the way from Texas, all the way up to the Great Lakes, all the way up to Nova Scotia. I saw the Carolinas are getting 100-mile-per-hour winds, ice storms. And the weather man who was talking emphasized these are very real blizzards.
Yeah.
Literal blizzards are taking place.
I never in my entire life, I've been professional remote viewer since 1996. I remember when I hung my shield for the first time.
Yeah. You hung your shield.
And it was in Monroe, New York. That was where I opened my first practice.
But it was.
Yeah, I've never felt anything like the cold that I felt coming in.
Oh gosh.
But
I used to feel it in Virginia. I remember one Christmas I was driving home to see my parents from college, and it was -5 degrees with heavy winds. So I don't know what the wind chill factor was.
Yeah, so be aware of there's too much heat, there's too much anger, war, violence that comes with that Knight of Wands energy. So we want to cool.
Yeah.
And we also want to recognize that our lungs are weak. Like my cat is shedding right now, and I'm having an allergic reaction.
Mine is shedding also really bad.
It's the winter coat. It's really making me cough a lot.
I sometimes find enough cat hair to make a second cat. I don't know.
I changed my clothes again a second time and took a shower, and that sometimes can help. But she slept here today.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You
I
make
am
do.
deeply blessed that I don't have cat allergies,
Oh, it's all up in my nose the
but I
last
have to deal with it all over my furniture, my clothes, and it floats through the air.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
sometimes
There's no way.
purposely
Yeah.
not put on a nice outfit until I'm ready to go out the door.
Oh,
I
that's
go down to
smart.
my car, and sure enough, there's cat hair on me. And it's like, how did this even happen? I didn't go near my cat.
Right.
Yeah.
So an example of this, if you have congestive heart failure or too much heat
Mm-hmm.
this time of year, like this year, we could be seeing a lot of too much heat and weak lung
Mm-hmm.
and large intestine. So the lung and the
Yeah.
large intestine can be attacked by a virus, for
Oh my God.
example.
I was just going to say that because you even said angry winds, like viruses coming in through the winds,
Yeah,
through
and
the air.
now we're also seeing, remember that in Chinese medicine, there's no difference between the physical world and the spiritual world. So
Interesting.
when somebody has a headache,
Mhm.
they say, "Oh, I have a headwind. Oh, we have headache. Oh, I have headwind."
Uh-huh.
Because of this idea that too much wind can induce a headache. It attacks the back of the neck and between the
Yes.
shoulders in an area that is known as the Wei Qi, which
Yeah.
protects the immune system. So
Yeah.
what I just want people to think of is, imagine that fire has run amok and it's just feeding those elements, stomach and spleen. You could have upset stomach. It's attacking a metal, which is wreaking havoc on your immune system. Water is hyper reactive right now. So we're seeing, I am also concerned that this will lead to a lot of flooding. The same thing is
Well,
going on in your physical body. If you're
yeah.
Trump and you have congestive heart failure, this
Yes.
is what I'm
Yes.
trying to explain,
Yeah.
where he has so much heat. So he's a very angry man.
Oh, yes.
You think of some of the stuff this guy's done to people.
Mhm. A lot of anger being directed at him as well.
Yeah. So now his body is counter-correcting with that water and he's walking around. And I'll tell you, the only way they would have allowed, he's at a 2 to 3 with congestive heart failure. Now other doctors are saying he looks like he's a 2 or 3.
I'm
They're
seeing
openly
those
talking
reports.
about it.
Yeah, they're openly
Yeah.
talking about it. I have not watched these reports, but sometimes I've scrolled through YouTube and I see things like Trump has 4 months to live, 3 months to live. I don't know how valid that is, but
Right.
we've been getting a lot of things that have been concerning us. I'd even like to ask you, could I be used as an example here? I had literal flooding in my home, my eyes.
Well, that, yeah, I
Yeah, and
wanted
I
to
have a
talk about,
personal story I'm not going to tell here, but I've been going through some
a
anger.
lot of people know that you've been going through,
Yeah.
like with the flooding and stuff.
Yeah.
But what happens is that when wood feeds fire, when the liver becomes congested,
Hmm.
it expresses itself as anger.
Yeah.
And then it feeds the fire, and that's called fire in the eyes. Fire in the eyes. It's when liver comes up, and you
Mhm.
literally feel the flames go through the eyes, and you can actually send a hex. You can send the evil eye that way.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be very, very careful when you're, like PMS, she's a witch, like, no, I mean, she's really a witch. She's at the head. I mean, like, that would be an example of that rage coming up.
Mhm.
Now, with you having heat and then you had a detachment, I know your car broke down. You had a lot of stuff that was going down. The computer crashed. Then you
Yeah.
had the flood. You had a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, I did. It's been a
And
rough 2 weeks.
so you might see that rage and that fire coming up, and now you have a torn retina. So
Mhm. Well, no more, but yes, I did have one until early this morning.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that can be an example of someone that has so much fire and so much rage that they literally will tear their retina.
Well, it's possible. People are always saying they
They
find
will
me
pop,
very
their eyes will pop out.
yeah, people are always saying they find me a very calming present, which I take as a compliment.
He is.
But trust me, when I'm in private, I can be I can be just as high strung as anyone, especially when I'm in the middle of all of my work. I think we all have those private moments. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, you're a very sweet person. All right.
Okay, let's see if I can read this here. Hi, everyone. Currently, our temperature is only -2 degrees. How's the temporary where everyone else is?
How's the
They
temperature?
won't. Oh, okay. That's a misspelled word then because it says temporary. Okay,
The
temperature.
autocorrect.
Okay, I know. Autocorrect can be evil. Sometimes I don't catch mistakes after I've sent the message. I've gotten in trouble a few times. But anyway, how's the temperature where everyone else is? Stay warm, everyone. Can we share photos on here? I don't know. Can we?
I think if you email Chuck or me, we can go ahead and open them up. But
No.
yeah, and then we can, yes, send them to whimsyanderson@gmail.com, and I'll go ahead and show everybody your winter wonderlands.
And I forgot to say it was Ann Coleman. Yeah, -2.
Oh, hi, Ann.
Yeah, that's it. I forgot to give her name.
Sorry, I didn't
You have
see
to pardon my eyes right now, but I know how cold that is because there's usually wind with that as well.
Oof.
Brenda Rakestraw, hello, fellow spirits. So glad to be with everyone. I'm glad to be with you too. Love and light. Oh, wait, it disappeared.
Oh.
I was reading Love and Light. Okay, I say I love you, Whimsy and Chuck. Okay, well, we love you too. Okay, Joel Tilson. Thousands of Army and Air Force are already deployed in Saudi Arabia and other countries in the Middle East today. KC-135 air refueling tankers and other aircraft are on their way. Oh, dear.
Any way we can get out of this, Chuck? Be honest. Be honest.
I don't know. It's going to be complicated. It's getting increasingly complicated. We're increasing our presence, and that's just getting harder and harder to get out of it. What do you think, Whimsy?
I think, oops, did I just lose? You're still here, right?
I'm still here.
Yeah, I just lost something. I think that the data would say that it's over. You know?
Oh, really? The data would support that it's over?
In the sense that I don't think, based on the data that's been collected up till now.
Yeah, because this was 2023.
Yeah, I did remote views, and then I also did math calculations that this was the prediction based on the remote views, and then the math matched. So I went ahead and sent it to the State Department and the IDF. But so there, we completed phase 3.
Yeah, this was amazing.
They're starting phase 3. Yeah. So Putin is probably on his way out real soon, and the dismantle. You know, I'm afraid they're not going to dismantle Putin, but they are going to dismantle Iran. But I don't think that we can avoid it since they did everything else. So
because hasn't that been part of the plan, the Grok plan, that Iran would be taken out?
Yeah, that was the 5th phase.
Yeah, exactly.
The 4th phase is Putin has to go first.
So you see that going first then?
Putin goes first.
Oh, yeah, well, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Putin goes first. So unless they deviate, and that has me nervous, like what's the story with this guy in the White House right now? Because the guy in the White House, is he trying to deviate? Like, you know, we can work with Putin. It's like, this was planned a while ago, buddy. I'm sorry. You cannot save this. They already knew in 2023 that they had to remove the guy because he was a nuclear threat.
Oh, quite much so, especially with all of those old nuclear missiles been in silos for decades. I had read years ago that they had even lost track of how many missiles they had, that some were just forgotten about, but still terrifying. I know that's terrifying, and all that radioactivity. Okay, Joel Tilson, Iran attack imminent?
Let's find out. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and do the MPAS prayer. If you'd like to be included in our prayer today, go ahead and give us your name or the name of the person you want us to pray for. Yeah. And we will include them in our prayers today.
Include me too, my eye.
And of course, pray for Chuck as well, as he feels he is an artist. So
yeah, I think I'm going to be okay. But
his eyes are really important to him.
Very important.
Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to bring in the MPAS prayer, and then we will blitz away when we get the order. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Mhm.
I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen.
Amen.
And for those people who are requesting a healing today, we come together at this time and we pray. We pray that you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and in spirit. And together again we say, Amen, Amen, Amen.
Amen.
May all souls be healed.
All souls be healed. And I felt that.
Yeah,
I felt that. I swear to you, I could feel it. Yeah.
I sent you a little
Thank
Reiki.
you.
Yeah, sure, no
Thank you.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's look at Iran.
Okay. I'm going to just do pendulum first. Is Iran attack imminent? I got it. Yes.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't even know. Do I need to even go further with my cards?
Well, can we get more information maybe with the cards?
Maybe. Let's see. Well, this.
Oh my God, this is like Waco, Texas. They will not surrender, and that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going. This is like they're in a cult, and they're going down with the ship. The entire world supports the takedown of Khamenei. But look at this, 4 of Cups. We will not surrender. We're holed up. We will not leave. It's like Waco all over again.
Yeah.
Hopes and fears. See, part of them want him to surrender. The U.S. wants him just surrender. Well, you'll get a decent trial. He's going to be charged with crimes against humanity in The Hague. Of course, they would rather capture him, surrender, and then we will try you. That's what they're saying here. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles is a frugality card. Look at that, taking the weapons of war away. He's not, I'll tell you, they don't have the foot soldiers for a real war. They're not set up for this.
Yeah. It's so interesting what you said about we will not surrender, because I got devotion, like allegiance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decisions being made. I had the yes on the pendulum, but I also got that this is ultimately about balancing things out and new beginnings. I know that's more simplistic, but that seems to be that I think it is going to be for the higher good eventually.
Well, sure. I mean,
oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not good.
My eyes here. Did you want me to go ahead and read this?
Yeah, please.
From Joel Tilson, naval destroyers and carrier groups are in the Mediterranean and Gulf of Hormuz near Iran today. Yeah, it's escalating. It's happening.
I think it's pronounced Hormuz.
Hormuz. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that we all know. I mean, like, I don't think it was something based on what Grok was saying. I'm so glad. I was so glad that Grok agreed with me. You can't have a situation where you have a government that's unstable and no stopgaps, which is what you have in Russia with Putin and some guy threatening nuclear war. And then you had the same thing happening in Iran. The world was terrified. And I think people were afraid to openly say the extent to which they were terrified of Iran having the bomb. It's bad enough that Pakistan has the bomb with an unstable government, which is why Obama said, I'm up at night over Pakistan. And particularly when you look at the relationship between Pakistan and Iran. So I think it is what it is, Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead, please, hon.
Oh, did you want to read this? Okay. Will Noam be impeached? I hope to God, yes. I may be too attached to the answer here, but let me see what I get. I frankly think she should be on trial for crimes against humanity, if anybody should be.
Yes, I think it definitely qualifies.
Definitely. So I'm a little biased here, but I am going to
I
try
don't
to
think
be
you're biased.
impartial.
I think that objectively what they're doing is crimes against humanity.
Yeah, but will Nome be impeached? Christy Nome be impeached? Will Christy Nome be impeached? Will Christy Nome be fired? You know what? I don't know what this is worth. My pendulum is going all over the place. It was having trouble with that word impeach, and when I changed it to will Christy Nome be fired, then it was going more toward a yes. But it was still kind of erratic, like there's too much going on right now.
I know
like
what you're saying.
it's affecting the energy. But
ask if she's going to be pressured to resign.
is she going to be pressured to resign? Is she going to be pressured to resign? Even that's going to a maybe. I get the feeling like Trump is the problem. Like Trump doesn't want her to go or something. But let me ask again: will Kristi Noem be pressured to resign? It keeps going firmly to the maybe. It will not go to the yes. So what do you have, Whimsy?
I have her in this position, and she I always feel as her.
Mm-hmm.
I try to be the person.
Yes.
When I look at the cards, that it's me going through this. I always feel like, well, wait a minute. I am not going to be the scapegoat here.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day.
As Christy, no. Now hold up, everybody. I am simply doing what you asked me to do.
Exactly.
Like this is how I, when I first started this channel, people used to think that I was the people that I was spouting, and people used to hate me. They thought I was a right-wing lunatic. But but if you're an empath, you got to just let them speak. Let them speak for themselves. And that's what she feels like she's being blamed for following the policies that the American people said they wanted and doing the policies of this administration. So
I'm getting resistance, and I think it might be her energy even. Like it will not go to yes for me. It's almost like she's fighting it. So what do you have, Whimsy? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I think that, I think you've got an important point here, but there's retaliation here. There are people that are coming for her, and they are really wanting her gone. Her opposition, look at this. Look at the knights coming. Slow, the Knight of Pentacles is associated with earth. It goes nowhere. It's stationary. It's like the earth. It's grounded. The Knight of Swords is the wind metal aspect, right? And it's so it's wind attacks lung, right? We breathe through, our wind system is through the lungs, right? That's why we think of metal as the lung system. But the point is that it's violent, aggressive.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you that people hate her. People are like, I'm coming. I'm gonna like they can barely hold on.
Oh yeah. I agree with all of that. That's why I was surprised by my answer I was getting.
Yeah, the first thing they tried to do is just stop her legally, see if we can actually stop her. And then they actually are coming after her.
Yeah.
And they're also looking at financially stopping her. But I'm telling you, there are some people in positions of power that are so enraged by what she's doing. There's such a righteous anger here by people in leadership that it's pretty stunning.
Yeah, well, we know the Democrats but you think Republicans are starting to turn over?
Yeah. I was asking Grok, and Grok said that the cracks are starting to be really apparent. And when Marjorie Taylor Greene left, that was really ominous.
Absolutely.
For a lot of people.
Yeah. This is one time I'm very curious of why my pendulum, I've tested this over and over, and it keeps giving me that maybe. It refuses to go to yes. So what do you think that's about, Whimsy? What I'm picking up on?
That stubbornness.
Maybe it's her stubbornness, her resistance. Maybe it's Trump who refuses to let her go.
Yeah, eventually, though, I think legally or something, she's got grief coming her way. So
yeah, she needs to go. She needs to go, and rightfully should be charged for crimes against humanity.
What a nightmare.
Oh, horrible, horrible woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trump's handlers stopped a press conference because Trump fell asleep today. I didn't know about that. Did you, Whimsy?
What?
Whoa. He fell asleep during a press conference?
I didn't see him asleep. I just saw that people had to leave. He's always falling asleep, though, isn't he?
Well, he's been caught falling asleep at his cabinet meetings, but I don't think it's happened during an actual press conference. I would like to know more about that. If any of the viewers saw it on television.
They say it's also sundowning, that he has sundowning going on.
Mm-hmm. Does he just go into zones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to my late father the final months of his life when he
I go into zone. I zone out all the time. I'm like,
well, I do too. Hey, I'm a artist and a writer. I zone all the time too. I know what you mean, but this was the time my father, I think for like 4 or 5 hours, just was staring into space. I got a phone call from the nursing home. He was in Colorado, and they told me he came out of it, but they were very worried about him.
How old was he?
He was 89. 89. He was in very bad shape toward the end.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, well, my dad's in a better place now.
I feel that the power is going to be taken away from Trump by men in positions of power. There's something about the King of Wands, a Fire King coming and taking control. By the way, Trump presents as the Seven of Cups, and that's a dementia card.
Yeah. I keep thinking of that expression, it's time to take Grandpa's car keys away. You're too dangerous. You can't be on the road. You're a menace to people. I keep getting, I hope I'm not interrupting your reading.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't want to interrupt you, but for weeks I've been getting that image that there are people all around him watching him like, no, you can't have the nuclear codes. No, you can't do this. It's like, like they're doing
want to go boom boom.
Oh, he probably has been throwing tantrums and things, but I think there are people who are at least responsible enough to not let him blow up the planet Earth or do something totally cataclysmic. It's like taking Granddad's car keys away, and we're seeing more and more.
Oh my God, that's such a terrifying thought, though. That the president, it's literally like taking Grandpa's car keys away, and it's the president of the United States.
Oh, it's
so vulnerable. If somebody attacks our country right now,
well, that's the thing. It's an open secret around the world now. Every world leader knows how vulnerable we are right now. They know our president's a freaking idiot, out of his mind. So yeah, we're very vulnerable right now.
What are you thinking about the midterm elections? Will
the midterm elections be corrupted? I think there's certainly going to be enough attempts to do it. I like to think the midterms are going to prevail, but like what happened today in Georgia, Trump's people seized 2020 ballots. I don't know for what purpose, but they're almost implying in the news that he's going to go after other states' ballots. He's just got that fixation about how the 2020 election was taken away from him. And also, wasn't Governor Walz told to surrender voting records, or at least records of illegal immigrants who are getting SNAP benefits and things? And I think he's fighting that. But this is a fascist government. They're doing everything they can. So I think they're going to do everything possible, because it's the only hope the Republicans have right now. But I'm so sorry. I'm talking. I'm not pulling cards. What popped out?
Well, you want to go first?
Oh, I didn't mean. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but this just popped out. Survival. They're fighting for their survival right now. But anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, okay, I'll go. I don't. Yeah. They have a heavy load to pull this off. 10 of Wands. I agree with you. The whole world is watching. Very embarrassing what's happening right now. 6 of Swords is auspicious, but you know what? 7 of Wands is that could be voter suppression, where they're trying to hold on to territory. They're holding on to that district, that precinct. That's a problem with the 7 of Wands. It means they're becoming increasingly desperate and territorial.
Yes, desperation. I was talking when I should have been pulling cards, but I'm getting the Republicans. It's going to be a bloodbath. Loss, big loss. Despite all of this, they're fighting for their survival. And ultimately, there's going to be a lot of balance, a lot of reckoning. I really see, what I'm getting the image. There are too many people on guard watching this election. The stakes are so high. I think it's going to be harder to rig the elections with so many people watching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you feel about that, but that's kind of what I'm sensing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Health emergency for Trump in February. What do you think? Do you think that Trump will have a health emergency?
Well, let's see.
He's not in one already.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what makes it difficult, but will Trump have a health emergency? And does it look good? I don't mean to sound good. Oh my God. Let me ask this also. Will Trump have a health emergency in February? I get the feeling there have already been health emergencies, just as you said. But yes, and do you want me to say first? Because I see your mouth open, but mine are simpler. Do you want me to just go real quick first? Leadership, that means the president. And I got despair.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. What do you have, Whimsy?
Well, the number one issue is that he's wandering around the building. They say that he wanders off. He often wanders off during cabinet meetings now. This is the latest thing. He's gotten up and he's walked out of cabinet meetings. He's forgotten where he is and gotten up and, oh, look out the window.
At the imaginary ballroom.
Right. So you have this guy now who's wandering, where they have to put, this is the Oval Office. This is where Grandpa can find things, because Seven of Cups, as I had mentioned, is one of the cards that readers will use for dementia. It's the guy that's in the clouds. He doesn't know up from down. The other thing I'm getting is I'm having a vision of them repeatedly checking his blood pressure, check his blood pressure, check his blood pressure, check his blood pressure, which tells me that his blood pressure is out of control and they're having difficulty controlling Trump's blood pressure. I'm seeing him checking his blood pressure, checking his blood pressure. I got a 6 of Pentacles. They're actually cuffing this guy. So that means that when he flew to Davos, they must have had him on a ton of diuretics. Oh, I clipped it. I clipped my hand on a table. No, they were giving you IV spironolactone and everything else because you were doing a greater than 4-hour flight, which is discouraged. They're starting to discourage his flying. Then look at this, the hope and the fear, death. And then look at this. Look at this, Chuck. 3 of Swords.
No,
coronary artery disease, heart disease can be associated. So we're looking at dementia, coronary artery disease, and hypertension.
Yeah. And I'm assuming he has not changed his diet one bit. He's probably still chowing down the McDonald's, the KFC, the 12 Diet Cokes a day that his people have verified. You know, his button at his desk. And we've talked about that before. You know, so he's just self-destructing. But, you know, we're very careful about this because you're never supposed to predict that sort of thing, and we're not.
No, you're not allowed to.
No, you're not.
Even Jesus didn't predict that.
Right. And sometimes, and I've always emphasized,
like they want us to predict when someone dies, but could Jesus do that? Well, actually, no. Even Jesus.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you think a reader's going to do that?
Come on. That's why I wanted to emphasize this can be metaphorical death, like the end of his presidency, end of his ways. I don't want to say it's physical death, but you know, draw into it however.
Yeah, that his health could require. Yeah, so South Carolina, I'm hearing that the Carolinas are about to be hit by that cyclone. How are you feeling about that, Chuck?
Well, I saw on one of the weather forecasts 100-mile-per-hour winds hitting the Carolinas. I don't know if that's still correct or not. And by the way, Myrtle Beach, I know very well.
Myrtle Beach.
You do? My family used to go there every summer. I actually got tired of it because we went there every summer.
Every restaurant serves fish and chips.
Yes. Oh my God. In the amusement park there. And and oh my God. Remember that shop, the Gay Dolphin? That gift shop?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I love Myrtle Beach. And I hope you know I'm not making jokes. Our heart goes out to you, and I hope you stay safe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cold in Myrtle Beach. I remember in October 1982, we shipped our car to the Philippines when I was stationed at Clark Air Base. AB, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is Trump acting out because of his mental decline and physical illness? Hell yeah. He's been doing it actually his whole life, you know?
Don't you think that it's the stages of grief, you guys? Don't you
Yeah.
all think that that's what we're dealing with here? That first it was, denial. That I'm healthy as a horse. And then it became this anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's going to be fear and bargaining. And you can see it
Elizabeth
now making now it's making its way into Congress, where you see Congress beginning to become frightened and crazy as it slowly dawns on them that the president of the United States is a madman.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, Mary Trump, his niece, who's a clinical psychologist, has said this has always been his behavior. And sometimes it's difficult to differentiate how much of it is just his regular mental illness and how much of it's dementia, but it's definitely everything combined and getting worse. And so he's throwing more tantrums like a little 3-year-old child. And sometimes that even happens when people have dementia. They revert back to their childhood. My father did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joel Tilson, corporate Democrats primaried this year. What are you thinking? How are you feeling about the midterms in general? I think we should probably throw some cards on the midterms. I'm feeling really optimistic.
Oh, I am too. And, it's also been pointed out that the Democrats actually have several stars waiting in the wing for the White House, some really good people to be running in the future. The Republicans basically have no one right now. And as long as the Republicans don't succeed with rigging the election, I think the Democrats it's just going to be such a sweep.
Well, the most common way to rig is to throw out black people's votes.
Yeah. I also worry about computerized voting machines, because didn't Elon Musk let it slip out that he and Trump had rigged the voting machines in Pennsylvania?
I would love to see some investigations.
I would love that too.
There are a lot of people I know that I've worked with people that, when I was in Brentwood, my manager, his name was Carlos. He named his children Kevin. He chose these very generic Anglo-Saxon names because he knew the voter rolls and all this crap. And he was a new immigrant from El Salvador, but he knew.
A lot of sense.
Same thing with friends of mine that are African American. They're like, my daughter's name is Linda. Like picking the most generic names because they will go through the voter rolls, and if they see a name that seems ethnic, it's a higher risk of being flagged in many of these states.
I think definitely so.
It's terrifying. I don't know about you, Chuck, but I think if we sit and we really meditate on everything that's happening in our country right now, it can really cause you to become hysteric.
It's rough. This is part of my job here. Yours too. We have to keep up with the news and study it, so we can talk about it. And there are some times like, it's horrifying. And I even talk to people, I talk to a lot of your clients on the phone. I had a woman yesterday tell me, I don't watch the news anymore. I just can't do that to myself. I can't be in that lower vibrational energy. And I said, well, I have to respect that.
And yet you think about being a bodhisattva, being a Buddhist is to sit with people when they are suffering. And so even if it means taking a moment in your daily prayers to sit and send compassion to those people who are in ICE custody right now, you send them love and comfort.
I want to cry.
You can't physically get to them.
I was reading an article today in USA Today from people who have managed to get released from some of those detention centers, horror stories like tuberculosis, all kinds of influenza, no doctors, nobody being treated, all these people in tight confinement, little children, like 5-year-old children, women like in their 8th month of pregnancy, just trapped in there under bright, harsh lights. They have to sleep under that. They have to eat off the floor. They're not allowed to bathe. It's just inhumane. It's unconscionable.
It's in violation of
human rights, just basically. Yeah. Do you want me? Okay. Iran's second in charge was in Moscow for an emergency meeting. meeting Khomeini leaving Iran?
I think so, but I think at the same time, there's this stubbornness where they don't want to leave. If they want this guy to live, if he doesn't leave, he will be captured and he will face the tribunal.
Yeah, that's interesting. That word stubbornness, that's come up several times today, and that's kind of the energy I was getting with my pendulum with Christy Nome. Stubbornness. It was like, wouldn't go to yes. So it's coming up here.
Let's look at what's going on. Will Khomeini attempt to get to Moscow? He should. It's going down. They're not.
Yeah.
It's already a done deal.
Get to Moscow. Will Khomeini get to Moscow? Okay.
Oh my God, this guy isn't in his right mind either. This guy looks like he has dementia. It could be that the big secret is that Khomeini is also not in his right mind. He's what, 88, 89 years old right now?
Oh, yeah.
Part of the reason why they think that the VP was probably assassinated in that helicopter crash was because they feared that Khomeini would die and the VP would be the second in command, and he was as much of a religious extremist as Khomeini was.
That was the one where you had the viewing that there was poison put in a thermos bottle of tea or something for the pilot. Yeah,
they were dead before they hit the. So the second in charge was voted in, and he was a moderate. And a lot of people think that they had set it up that way so that if Khomeini died, they would have this moderate in a position of power.
Yeah.
So the members of the IRGC that were moderate were probably responsible for putting that guy in, knowing full well that the people would vote for him. So now we're in this situation where that same moderate is in Moscow trying to negotiate the exit of Khomeini. I would say absolutely 100%.
Yeah, I was getting that also. I also got the single card survival. Like that's his survival. And I got a yes on the pendulum. I didn't go further.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Completely off his rockers.
Whoa. A lot of that going around right now.
This is like addiction, cult, sex addiction. He's not mentally well. He's also got coronary disease. They will be able to convince him to leave, because if they don't, he's facing trial. And let's face facts, the man is too old.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with him? He's pushing 90.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to do? There, of course, people want vengeance because of the horrible, awful, terrible things he's been doing for the last 50 years. But the truth of the matter is, they should just let him go. Just go, get out, and sooner rather than later. That's what I think about it.
Focus on other things that matter. From Raymond Di Pasquale, they made healthcare a commodity, education a debt trap, and housing a speculation market, then told you that poverty is a personal failing. They privatized survival and called it freedom.
Seems like the people that are making the money are people that never went to college. They're the entrepreneurs that are starting little businesses and never went to college. It's actually, there's some truth to that. College, you don't necessarily go to my friend who's a really great tarot reader and astrologer, she went to college too. Darlene Christopher. But she has $1 million house. I mean, she's doing and I don't. Of course, I spend all my money on travel. That's why. Because
that's your $1 million house.
I could have bought a house, but I would have been on brown rice and beans. I didn't want to live like that.
You know what? Seriously, that is your $1 million home. I mean, that's grander than $1 million.
The point is that I went to medical school, so you'd think that I would be in better shape than her, and I'm not, because it was a detour from making money. So that you have to realize, when you go to medical school or commit to anything like that for 10 years, that's 10 years you're off the job market and you're not making money. Whereas if you go straight in at 18 and you start some kind of lawn care business, you're earning those critical years, 18 to 28, and then you're buying your first house.
Very good point you just made. I never thought of it that way. Those are prime years for a person in particular.
Yeah, for physical. I mean, that's when you've got most of your energy to be out there.
Yeah.
And I saw that in LA. A lot of those people starting those health businesses and doing very well were often young entrepreneurs that maybe they had 4 years of college, but they didn't go off to grad school, because that's time that could be spent making money.
Good point.
More
like the school of life.
The school of life, yeah. So the purpose of education is not to make money. The purpose of education is education, or to learn a skill. Yes, you can make money, but a lot of people were supposed to go to school because they actually love learning, and it wasn't supposed to be just about making money.
That's what you taught me, and you showed me through your actions.
Well,
it's just the truth.
Well, thank you. So what are you thinking about healthcare in 2027? Do you think we're ever going to get it together? Are we going to just have to start our own co-ops where everything is affordable?
That's one of those things that sounds so wonderful. It sounds so lofty. It sounds so idealistic. And it also, in 2027, it sounds impossible. I don't know. Could that really happen?
There are not-for-profit communities that are doing this. I think there are some in Vermont and in Massachusetts.
Yeah, but the question being, Congress makes healthcare a right in 2027. I think it would take a miracle, and would certainly take the Democrats in charge. The Republicans certainly are not going to make that a possibility.
Let's take a look. Take a look.
Okay. I know what I'd like for this to happen. Let's see. Congress make healthcare a priority. Well, these are interesting cards. Okay, what I am getting is, it may not be as complete as that, but because I do believe the Democrats are going to be in power then, and I think they're certainly going to take enough measures. Isn't this interesting? My first card was physical body, health. Isn't that interesting? And then I got bravado, meaning some really good people, good fighters who are going to do the right thing. And I love this. I got victory and life force. So I think that we're going to move very much in that direction. It just may not be complete. But what do you have, Whimsy? This is optimistic.
Mediation. Victory over the question.
I got victory
very quickly. Feelings of betrayal in the old system. I think we're going to move towards co-ops.
Yeah. But I think this is going to have a lot to do with Democrats in power.
I think co-ops is a great idea. That's basically what Kaiser was supposed to be, but Kaiser is too expensive. So you could basically have another network like Kaiser.
I have Kaiser.
It's a fortune. Don't you think it's a fortune?
It is, but they did laser my eye today.
Yeah, so you could do a co-op. That's a co-op system that's similar to what you have in Europe and Israel. It's based on these, where it's structured like that, where you can go and have different. And I think that there's nothing to keep us from not doing that with co-ops, where you're paying 70 or 100 a month versus 500 a month.
Yeah, I feel good about our cards.
Yeah,
I'm glad we can tell people something optimistic.
Yeah, I think the thing is to be optimistic, and in the end, though, we always have to take responsibility for our health, because we certainly can't rely on our country.
I'm just looking at this comment from Paperback Writer. I'm thinking, I thought I was following all the news today. Wow. ICE pulled weapons on members of Congress today, even after they identified themselves. Will that be the final nail in ICE's coffin? Will this force them out? My immediate thought
was...
They're
not trained, obviously. These are poorly trained people.
Oh, that's obvious. Yeah, that's a whole other topic. I was just going to say, I immediately thought of our senator here in California. Oh my goodness, what was his name? I'm having a brain fart here, but it was our senator from California. Remember, he walked in on a meeting Kristi Noem was holding or something, and these people tackled him, pulled him down to the floor, and handcuffed him behind his back. A senator. So, and that certainly didn't stop anything, but it's a different climate now. I'm wondering if this could be the final nail in the coffin. Or I could see it being one of the nails in the coffin anyway.
Let's take a look at the future of ICE.
Okay. Whoa.
I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of complaints and reports by attorneys, lawyers, and activists.
Yeah.
And I think people are responding like, get in line, file this form, like how the courts, places like California are handling it. It's like every day there's hundreds of people showing up filing complaints.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people are. And I'm looking at my cards here. There's a lot of anger. It's the power of the people that is going to prevail. But I'll just tell you quickly, truth is just coming to the surface. The candle of illumination, light, truth. Again, usually I get this card for president, but I think leadership, this is kind of subbing for ICE right now. And I got cards like loss, suffering, and death. And then new beginnings. I take that to mean ICE is going to be abolished.
Yeah, I got that as well. Yeah. I've got the FBI and evidence against. So that's why I feel that they'll be phased out. But to be honest with you, a lot of people who are old-time FBI and security hate this new ICE.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sabotaging going on from within.
It's almost like ICE has been given more power than the FBI. And I saw, you saw that there was
that's gotta not be okay with the FBI.
And I know there was a lot of controversy about this spending bill,
right.
The government from shutting down. Democrats were having a justifiable fit over the fact the Republicans wanted to add $10 billion more for ICE on top of the $75 billion they gave them last summer. It's insane. It's insane. And
I don't even understand what they're trying to accomplish.
What are the Republicans trying to do? It's like they're just shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over and over. Madness. But anyway, we know that. And also that, we were talking about the lack of training. I saw they get only 47 days of training. And you know why it's 47 days? Because Trump decreed that because he's the 47th president.
Oh, God, what a bunch of crazy.
I know. So anyway, paperback writer, I heard he forgot where he was and started babbling. That's why they stopped the conference.
Oh, can we see that on tape?
I would love. Could we pull that up, Whimsy? I'd love to see that.
Yeah, where was that?
I don't know. Was it in the? Was it in a conference room or was it a press conference? Like, well, I mean, the cabinet room is what I wanted to say. The table, was that where it happened? Or was he speaking at a podium?
Where did she find out about that?
I don't know. I missed this story, and I was looking at all the major stories today. I wonder if this just happened.
Well, I know that the press meeting ended. But I don't know where the story is that he...
Okay. Well, I just saw a comment from Paperback Writer. It was a press conference that he called, and it was on the news.
Yeah, it was a cabinet meeting, 8 hours.
A cabinet meeting, yeah. Because he's been caught falling asleep at several cabinet meetings now.
Yeah, but I don't have any information here about him falling asleep. Only
I couldn't find it either.
Yeah.
But that's very intriguing. I want to see that.
Oh my goodness. Well, Chuck, did you have fun today?
I did. I did. I love doing this show with you, Whimsy, and with all of you out there.
I'm so glad.
Oh, yes. And Senator Klobuchar announced that she's running for governor in Minnesota today. I wish her well. She's a great lady.
Shocks me because I can't imagine her wanting to leave D.C.
Well, I guess she feels a higher calling.
Let's take a look and see how she does.
I think she'd be an extraordinary governor, but how she will do.
My name is Amy, and I always win.
Not always. Didn't she?
My name is Amy, and I always win. I always win. My name is Amy. Get out of my way, Peter. I'll knock your socks off.
That's a good character for you.
She reminded me of Lucy.
Wow.
Charlie. Lucy and Charlie. No, Charlie Brown.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, that Lucy. The other Lucy.
Get out of my way, Charlie Brown.
You blockhead.
You blockhead.
I'm going to pull the football away out from under you.
That's how she was, but
you know,
she was on that treadmill in a skirt and sneakers when I zapped into her, and I was my name is Amy, and I always win. Yeah, she was really into it.
She ran for president, didn't she? Didn't she throw her hat in the ring for a while?
Well, she wanted, but her biggest competition was Pete. So she was always debating Pete. And Biden of course won.
I know. I gotta say, I think it looks good for her. We're reading the energy of the moment. The election is months away. But first of all, I got cards just kind of describing her. A great discipline, great sense of purpose. And then these are the cards I really liked. Gifts, celebration, and new beginnings. I think that looks very favorable for her in this moment reading.
Yeah, I got
really do this.
Yeah, I got the same exact thing, actually. I got...
Oh, I think she'd be fabulous.
This is coming from Minnesota.
Yeah.
I got her packing up and moving back to Minnesota.
Love it.
Look at this anger. My name is Amy. And look at this. Page of Pentacles member, Archangel Gabriel gives the work.
Yeah.
He's closest to the earth.
Well, and I got that card. She's very much in her purpose. And that seems to be what you're getting also. This is someone really determined, very concentrated in her energy and focus.
She'll win.
Yeah, I feel it too.
Well, I think also they just pissed off the Minnesota people so much that
good point. People have to be furious there.
Yeah. Did you hear about, this is something I've been looking at today, is investing in foreign money because the US dollar is collapsing.
It is. It is. I've heard that. I mean, I don't know authoritatively about that, but I have heard about investing in foreign currencies. Our dollar is falling. No surprise there. Everybody's losing faith in us.
Let's do something on the economy before we close. We'll do one more. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you could like, share, and subscribe to the stream and help us get to 100K, we would.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? 100K.
Yeah, we're so close and yet so far.
Oh, we're going to do it.
We're almost at 95,000.
Yeah, I feel we're going to do it. And the reason I say that is because of all of you incredible people out there. There's so much love and support, and we are grateful to you. We really are.
Well, we're at 19,000 now on Facebook. We started off over at Facebook before, in the last couple months, we went from like 6,000 to 19,000.
Yeah, in fact,
we've been exploding over on Facebook.
Well, that was really a saving grace for us when we had that little faux pas with YouTube. We had enough viewers on Facebook and other platforms. Watching us. Yeah.
All right.
What are we asking here specifically?
The future of the US dollar and the fact that people are dumping the dollar.
Now, by that, you mean the immediate future or like long-term future?
Long-term. I want to know the long-term.
Let's see if I get anything here. Originally, I was thinking immediate future. Oh dear. Maybe this is just giving me what's now because it's too hard to indicate in the long term, but I'm just getting like there's so much exhaustion with us right now. There are a lot of loss going on. We have, not we specifically, but our government and so forth has brought so much shame on this country right now. So that's all at play. But I'm also getting that there's invention, there's ingenuity, ways that it can be turned around if we have the right people to do it. That's what I'm kind of sensing. But I hope you have something more specific and hopefully something hopeful, Whimsy.
Oh yeah, everything's going to be fine. You do have hanging it up, so we're seeing a huge dip in the U.S. market, which is going to cause people to do a run on coins and stuff. You have this hidden information. the US has a lot of hidden money that they can pull out in order to save themselves, and that's what happens. We have this money and then the 6 of Pentacles, which will resurge the economy. So if they had to pull a rabbit out of the hat, they can and they will do that. But this is what happens every time they put Republicans in. They give themselves amazing tax breaks. They give expensive government contracts to people that don't do anything. And then we wind up in massive debt. We're like, what is it, 40 trillion in debt now? I mean,
it's certainly the highest it's ever been. And also it's climbed at the highest rate I think it ever has in American history.
Yeah, the U.S. is broke. We're we can't call ourselves the richest country in the world.
It's like someone who's maxed out their credit cards,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
They keep getting more limits on the credit cards they've maxed out. That's the image.
I feel that good old-fashioned, simple American living, the kind that we were raised on.
Which we've been getting in readings, that's where we're heading back to.
Yeah, I feel like this is what takes us back to the simple life. That there was too much excess, particularly in the 1980s. It was burn, baby, burn the oil. Everybody had a BMW, cocaine. It was just consume. And it was very much pushed by the Bush crime family, right? The drugs and the whole Iran-Contra and all of that crazy stuff that was going on. So now we're in this situation where we don't all have to be multimillionaires. Let's just be comfortable and happy.
Yeah.
And live a good life, live a simple life. Because you and I live a very good life. I know that.
Yeah. But I was going to say ultimately happier. I've told this before, when I first came out to LA many years ago, I worked for a while in Beverly Hills. And in my naivete, these people with their fancy cars and their jewels and their clothes and everything in their houses, I thought those were people I was going to envy until I started meeting them when they would start coming into where I was working. I have to say, I've never collectively seen more miserably unhappy and neurotic people in my whole life. I knew dirt poor people back in Virginia who were far more content in their lives. I can say that honestly.
Because their expectations are so irrational that if they are anything less than a perfect God, they hate themselves. The degree to which they hate themselves and this desperate need. I'm special. I'm a God. I'm
better. I'm better than you. That kind of
need to constantly be worshipped, and it's like no wonder they're miserable. They're miserable people.
The image I kept getting was like a Fabergé egg. Those eggs with all the jewels and the gilding and everything, but empty and hollow on the inside. That's the image I kept getting when I was working.
Unless you get the ones that are cream where you can crack them.
Oh yeah. Well, because I don't want to overly generalize. There were some beautiful people too. I don't want to imply there weren't. Those were the ones who had the cream on the inside. Let's put it
right.
Yeah.
All right, Chuck. So if people want to get a tarot reading for you or see you for a health consult, what do they do?
Well, first of all, that is a love of mine. The readings I've been doing have been just joy for me. I love working with people in this capacity. I really do. So anyway, you want to reach me. It's my name reverse, dransfieldchuck@gmail.com. And of course, as I say all the time, I also do my artwork. And those of you out there who've seen my art know that I am a legitimate professional artist and illustrator. I have some pretty good resume credits, but I can use my intuitive abilities and often channel a message for you as well with the subject. And I can work from photographs when I do that. So, and I do pet portraits too and get messages. So hit me up if you feel like it. And also I have Chuck's Captivating Chronicles on YouTube and Chuck's Captivating Chat, Mondays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I missed the show this week. I had a commitment, but I'm normally on. Anyway, Whimsy?
Yeah, and make sure that you leave your phone number when you do email him so he can call you back.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah, and if you need to have an appointment with me as a naturopathic doctor, I do telemedicine, and I'm also a medical intuitive, and I build treatment plans for people. Oh, thank you. Chuck is my medical assistant. So if you need to book with me, all that information is below. Also for tarot card readings, all that information is below through Booksy. All right, we are out of here. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we will see you next time, everyone.
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Look forward to it. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.